much a sucker for Nordic, Viking-esque kind of looks. I mean, hell, one of my first Guild Wars characters was a Norn, so... Right, let's go with... Let's keep going. Here we are, the Great Lodge. Let's head into the Hunter's Hearth home instance. Let's see. Just need to pop over here to get the Traveler's Loft. I mean, yes, but then again, you are... like, you're there. But there's... The one thing I do love is that. The Fang of the Serpent. A removed Fang from the Ice Dragon Jormag. Where people are allowed to attack it. And if someone ever does damage to it, then that means the dragon is weak enough to be killed. Such a great visual like motif of the sturdy warrior culture that is the Norn. Hello, Nut White Bear. There we go. I've unlocked your loft. Now I can leave. Alright, moving along. Let's make our way to the Great Rise. Let's see. So yeah, does anyone have anything they want to have me ramble on about while we're doing some explorations? Talk about, like, I don't know, the Norn or any of my various plans that have been going on with Masquerade Industries and whatnot. Wait, where's the waypoints? Okay. I could do that one. Oh yes, there is a fun thing where you so one of the recurring little achievements that you can do in this is to get the title called Armchair Commander, you can sit in the various chairs that are located all across the in-game world. And some of them, like, very notably, if you try and sit in them, they will not let you. Like, if you try and sit in Nut Whitebear's chair, he just sort of laughs and is like, what the heck are you trying to do? If you try and sit in the Imperator's chair in the Black Citadel, the armed guards pull rifles on you. If you try and sit in the chair that's used by the Asuran Arcane Council, a force field prevents you from sitting down on it unless you are a registered council member. And, let me see, what was the other one? Oh yeah, and you can attempt to sit on the Throne of Kryta, which is also very funny. There we go, this is where they hold Keg Brawl every year for Dragon Bash. Oh yes, and the statue of Jorah. The legendary... let me head over to the statue. This statue is of a notably major character from the original Guild Wars, specifically Eye of the North. She is the first Norn that you ever met, and your first Norn party member. She got a sad backstory, but it's a cool one. Whew. If you want to know the backstory, play Guild Wars 1 yourself. You can get reforged pretty much anywhere these days, including mobile of all places. Alright, here's where the Supremacists hang out. For some reason, they just allow them to be there. There we go, moving along. Yeah. Apologies if there's not much active action with this part of the stream. This is mostly just for completion's sake, so we can level up and then I'll pick a region that we can explore and have some fun there. God, look at the ice effects on those statues. They look phenomenal, don't they? Yeah, pretty much. You have to commit social faux pas with just about every single leader of the 5 nations of Tyria. The only one that you don't have to do that with is the Pale Tree, because she doesn't have a chair. She's a tree. Yep. If I were to rank each of the like different capitals for the world, I absolutely would put Holbrack is absolutely going to be at the way top. It is such a beautiful location. Hold the phone. I didn't know I can get up that way. How have I never found this entrance? Oh, that's why, because I always go down the other way. Yeah. I may be a heat person, but I will always admire the beauty of an ice statue. Alright, there's Sigfast's steading. No, we gotta head to Master Blackforge's steading. Okay, through... There we go, there we go. Einar Blackforge's steading has been found. Next up, the Bear Hollow. Well, of course it's cozy. You gotta make sure that if you're going to be in such an unforgiving environment, you want a place that feels truly well lived in and feels very much like the people who reside in it genuinely care about just the people living there. Alright, there we go. Get a nice view of the Bear Hearth, or Bear Hall. Yeah, if I were to rank the locations, like, from my personal preferences, from best to worst, at the way top would probably be Holbrack, followed by... Holbrack, Divinity's Reach, the Black Citadel, the Grove... no. It'd be Holbrack, Divinity's Reach, Black Citadel... Radasum, and then the Grove. Most of my I love all the locations. I just have a personal gripe with the Grove because it's a lot of going up and down, and it's not very coherent to navigate a lot of the time. Yep, there we go. This is the shrine of the lost nature spirits, because they need to commemorate the dead animals. Alright. There we go. There's the Wolf Waypoint for Wolf Hollow. Radasum has a similar issue, but it's not like... but it's still geometrically well built enough that it's simpler to navigate. The Grove is a little bit more haphazard. Alright, here's the Bill Roast Gallery, or Bill Rost. Alright. There we go. Let's get a nice view of this entrance area. Oh, you've fallen once? Yeah, you get used to it. That's what happens when you've got people who design more for brilliance sake rather than safety. Okay, let's fly a bit through here. There we have the Boasting Hall. Then we head to Old Fiox Lorestead. And one last area to go. Snowright Steading, home of air. With these amazing statues of the famous, with various famous people from Norn history. For Azer Dragonrender, Battlemaster, favorite of the spirits of the wild, builder of Holbrak, may his legend live on forever. Each of these statues was made by Air and her father. Gerta Whitebear, Enchantress, destroyer of the Flesh Reaver Lord Titus, Bane of Lies. Let all Norn know there shall be an age of heroes. Jorah, Mountain Walker, Kinslayer, Curse Breaker. Blood washes blood. And I'm sure you see that we have one non-Norn statue. Snaff. A statue of an older Asura, his features mischievous, kind, and careworn. An area of the statue that has been left open for an inscription, but is conspicuously blank. Above this space is the simple title, Snaff, and nothing more. Read Edge of Destiny. That's all I'm going to say. Brothender Halfmad, inventor of Bear's Brown Ale. In his own words, brews 1 through 94 were poison, but 95, by Bear, that was a winner. I gotta love that. And the last one, Seta Bladestrong. Her eternal journey shall end only when the Mesmer Blackheart is slain and her loved avenged. May she one day know rest at last. And if we head inside the statue, if we actually if we had headed inside of Air's home, we would have actually found one last statue that was dedicated, an unfinished statue, very particularly, that is much smaller than the other ones, that is supposed to be of her father, which is recreating the last time that she saw him, when she was just a child, hand outstretched to pet the top of her head. Also, yeah, the mood whiplash is definitely intense, but it's big, that's for sure. Great Uncle Glarb! I love random player names. Alright, back to Lion's Arch. Now we got one last area to explore. The human capital of Divinity's Reach. Which, honestly, one of my favorite depictions of really well done game design for a player location. You'll know when you see it because it is so spectacularly well done. Alright, where's the Divinity's Reach gate? There it is. Also Arborstone, but we're not able to go there yet. Here we are. Divinity's Reach. So, what I love about Divinity's Reach is that it is so simplistically designed and yet so very, so very intricately done. Why is that? Well, because the city's built on a wheel. Or it's built literally like a wheel. With each district being very, distinctly divided, that you can find navigation to be extremely simple and well done. Like so. I love coming to Divinity's Reach whenever the Festival of the Four Winds comes along. They really go well with transforming this place. This garden especially is beautiful. Especially with the giant, with a giant planetarium hanging overhead. Oh, it's lovely. Magnificent. Alright, first off, gotta step into the Seraph headquarters.